Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema. Sit down. Let's see what to address first. You're probably like, Seaman, why are we clean shaven? I'm never clean shaven, except when it comes to October and costumes. And if you guys know me, you know I go real hard, and typically if I am clean shaven, it's probably because come Halloween Comic-Con, I'm required to be somebody who has a clean shaven face. That being said, this New York Comic-Con and Halloween, we will be breaking out Heath Ledger's Joker. That's why the hair is, kind of in a long spot right now. We need that hair. We're going to go green, I think, on the 14th, so like just a couple days before con. But yesterday, or last night, nope, 2 nights ago, we had volleyball last night. 2 nights ago, I had to do a makeup test. I bought some prosthetics to wear so that I look more like Heath, and here is what we have going. A little sneak peek for you guys of what the Seaman's got going on for his Heath Ledger Joker. As you can see, the prosthetics are not perfect. I got to work on my blending a little bit. You do have some spots up by the cheeks that like quite aren't down, but I got the bottom to blend real nice, so I know I can do it. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but needed the prosthetics because it gotta look legit. So I bought 4, tested with 1. I think we're probably good to go for Comic-Con. We'll have a 3rd for Halloween, and then we got 1 backup set. So that is why the face is all clean-shaven, and hope you guys dug that. If you can't tell, I'm reciting what Heath says the first time he tells, the story. Want to know how I got these scars? It's Heath's voice on the video. I'm just lip-singing. Not singing, but talking. Anyway, that's why I'm clean-shaven. I'm back down here at home, because like I said, last night I had volleyball. Volleyball is underway. We are 2 games in. Our team is not good. We're a bunch of, middle-aged men and some younger friends of ours that are women on the team. They're like in their late 20s. But anyway, we team got together. We had 2 games so far the first 2 weeks. Hasn't been great, but hasn't been too bad. Seaman's been a wall up front. I've probably got like 6 blocks over the last 2 games and like 3 or 4 spikes. It's fun. I love when volleyball is back, but volleyball being last night got in the way of what we were getting ready to watch. Oh, transitions! What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are getting ready to take a watch and dive in, spoiler-filled, into another Gotham villain, the Penguin. I'm pumped. There was a part of me that was like, oh man, just wait to do the makeup stuff till like Thursday night, and then you could wear it while you're watching the Penguin. But that'd be too much. Plus, I wasn't able to watch it last night because we had volleyball. Fortunately, Penguin is moving to Sunday nights at 9, starting on the 29th. So we've got like 10 days plus to sit with the first episode. And I was like, since we got so much time, I'm going to go to sleep because I was tired after volleyball. We play at 9:30 here on the East Coast. So that was, by the time we got drinks, I got back. It was after midnight. I was tired. So I said, skirt, let's wake up before work, throw on a little Penguin action, and see what we got going on. Now, back about 2 weeks ago when the Batman 85th anniversary stuff was going on, Warner re-released the Batman to theaters for one night. It was dope. My theater was sold out, so it was like being there back on opening night, and I gotta tell you, it is probably my favorite screening of the movie. Like, it's just so clean. The one thing I've always kind of given it a small dig to is kind of like the double ending, you know what I mean? Like the third act feels like it's wrapping up with the Catwoman and Falcone story, and then you're like, oh shoot, you gotta go get the Riddler and wrap that up. So that was always like the one thing about the movie that bothered me. That doesn't even exist anymore. I didn't even feel it that time. I haven't watched the Batman in probably like 7 or 8 months since the last time I threw the Batman on. I try to watch it a couple times every year because it is my favorite Batman movie. But yeah, it was the best that it played, and it does, I think, tee this show up perfectly, and it's what I'm excited for with this show. Those unaware, this show is taking place 1 week after the events of the Batman, following the flood and the Riddler winning, right? That's, I think, my favorite and most interesting thing going into the Batman 2 will be how Bruce recovers from what happened, right? Like, to this point, 2 years in, he's fighting low-level street criminals. He's really good at beating the piss out of people. and he's an okay detective, and he solves a bunch of things throughout the course of the Batman, but when it comes to the Riddler, doesn't figure it out. Riddler wins, doesn't lay hands on the Riddler or talk to him prior to being arrested because the Riddler gives himself up. And that's fine because the goal of the movie is the end, right? Batman has been vengeance. He's been serving himself. And by the end of the Batman, he's out of the shadows. He's in the light. He's serving the people of Gotham as he's saving them from the inside the garden. It's an arc that I absolutely love, and is one that I'm fascinated to see where we go next with the Batman 2. But the other thing that the end of the Batman does, it tees up the criminal underworld to start going off in a different way. I mean, Carmine Falcone, dead. So his power is going to be up. There's a void that needs to be filled. And it'll be very interesting to see where that goes. But we obviously know one of the major players trying to get his grasp on Gotham is going to be the Penguin. And I think it's a genius idea from Reeves to follow the Penguin the week after the Batman happens, to see how you can kind of establish the criminal underworld. And you can tee up, Penguin to be an even better number 2 villain in the Batman 2. I don't think he'll be the number 1, but I for sure think that he will be involved in the movie in some way. And I think it's genius to kind of dive more into him, because there are things going on that, sure, you might be like, why didn't the Batman show up? Because we have heard that we don't see the Batman in the show. But at the same time, with that struggle going on and all the other things that could be happening in Gotham, I think you can tell this type of story, and you can get gritty. You can get into a more kind of hands-on, making this world feel tangible and real. And that's the one thing that Matt Reeves said about the Batman 2, is that he doesn't want to go fantastical, which I was a little disappointed at, because I thought the idea of him bringing in someone like Clayface would have been genius. And look, I never thought that Reeves was going to get super, fantastical with the Batman 2, or just this franchise in general, right? Like the Gentleman Ghost, which is one of the things that was thrown around a lot, was the one that he kind of name dropped, saying that I don't know how we would make that work. I think there are ways to make a Clayface or a Mr. Freeze work, and you can still hit some of the fantastical villains that are still tangible on the ground. And I think the Penguin is the perfect opportunity just to kind of set up the criminal underworld, because again, we're in year 2 of the Batman, and the idea of supervillains doesn't really exist right now. It's more about the crime families in Gotham, right? You're kind of in that, and I've heard these names thrown around already with this show from reviewers, and it's strange. It's a positive, because I like that vibe, but this doesn't need to be The Godfather or The Sopranos. It needs to be the Penguin. But having those types of vibes, I think, are good for the show. And it's one of those things where I think just setting up this criminal underworld without supervillains gives you some room where stuff could be going on in Gotham that the Bat isn't quite all the way into yet, or maybe he's just starting to sniff around and pick up on. That being said, I love the idea of, seeing what Oz is doing with someone like Carmine's daughter, Sophia. Very excited for Kristen Milioti. I think she's going to crush it. Yes, Sophia is huge in the comics, but I don't think you need the character to physically be huge for her to be intimidating and scary. And I think Milioti is someone who can totally capture that stuff. So fascinated to see how her and Oz work together, work opposite of each other, are at odds. All that stuff I think is really interesting. And then, of course, you're going to have the Maroni end of it. Yes, he's in prison, but see how all that is playing. I think that just sets this thing up for something that could be super special. And when you're talking about a Max original and something coming from the HBO Warner Brothers side of the world, I mean, they're putting this on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. That's prime HBO time. It makes me wonder if it's actually going to also air on HBO at any point. But when you're in that zone, people, the superhero stuff is hit and miss, with Warner and DC, but if you're doing something for Max and it's TV driven and it's crime driven, hearing The Wire and The Sopranos being things that people have compared the vibe to, that's what I want. And that sets us up for weekly appointment television and stuff that could be really, really interesting to tee up the world of Gotham. And I love the idea of expanding the world through a series with someone like Penguin and helping you build out more for the Batman 2, which, if you ask me, I I think we're probably going down the court of owls, maybe Hush, just because Reeves teased Hush so hardcore with the word Hush on that screen from the Riddler. But like, you could also see him going, something that has to dive more into Bruce's past and more of Gotham. Court of Owls would be dope. And if you're going to go Court of Owls, I think the Penguin is a great tee-up for that. And I just like the fact that you have Reeves writing this show, even though he's not going to be behind camera. You're going to still be getting material that's coming directly from him inside this world, and that's the thing I'm most excited about with building out this Gothamverse. But I've been talking for 10 minutes already, and we've got a solid 1 hour and 7-minute episode. This feels like HBO appointment television, even though it's Max original. It's got that vibe, and that's super exciting, especially with all the positivity coming out. So let's not waste any more time. I don't want to run into work hours since it's the daytime, but let's get the episode up for you guys. I have it up on my computer, teed into my ear. As you can see, we're at home, so I can't get the TV connected to the headphones. So here we are, gonna do a little double dipping action. But let's not waste any more time. We got the episode up. And in episode 1, the synopsis says, in the wake of Carmine Falcone's death, Oz attempts to legitimize himself among Gotham's criminal underworld. That's the other thing I love too here, is calling him Oz, not the Penguin. I love that the Penguin nickname exists, but I love that everybody refers to him as Oz. And the other thing to talk about in the excitement and is Colin Farrell. I'm so stoked for him. Rewatching the Batman, he is far and away probably the biggest standout, which is crazy. But like, you kind of knew what you were getting with Pattinson once we saw that first trailer. I didn't know what you were getting with Farrell. I mean, you can barely see Colin Farrell in there with all the makeup. And yes, I know he said that he might not come back for season 2 because by the time they were done filming, he was very over being in this suit. He was like, I don't ever want to wear this effing suit or that freaking mask ever again. And look, when you're filming for months in all of that makeup, and there's a lot on there, right? Like, you got full facial prosthetics and a suit like that makes him a little bit bigger. That's got to be brutal. And some of the quotes that are out there with him, like talking about like how complain to anybody that would listen because it was so tough. I get that, man. You get to the end of that shoot and someone's like, hey, season 2. And you're like, do we have to? Right? Like, it's a lot different when you're only showing up for a couple days versus months of shooting where you're the main character. I genuinely do think, though, that if this show is as good as what people have said so far, and if it, can snag up some Emmys, like, I get that it's a DC original show, but again, it's a Max original. You got that HBO vibe. HBO's cleaned up with Emmys in the past. If it's got Wire and Soprano vibes, like, there's a show that could clean up at the Emmys, could be something that Colin Farrell takes some gold away. And if that happens, I think it'd be much easier for Colin to come back. And I do think he'll come back. Now, is it necessary to have a season 2? Possibly not, right? Depends on where the story goes. But I think if you can justify continuing to build out the criminal underworld through the Penguin, and the show is super successful, I genuinely think everybody will come back. And I for sure think Colin will come back for the Batman, because again, you're talking about a much smaller shoot time. So those are my thoughts on everything Penguin related. I've got it on the TV. I've got it on my computer. You've hopefully already watched it and you have it up in front of you on the screen. So let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in to episode 1, called After Hours of the Penguin.
You wish to serve the great houses and shape the flow of power. You must first exert power over yourself.
Ooh, new HBO original series. I'm not gonna skip this because this looks dope. Oh, this is the Dune show. Oh, Mark Strong. I love Mark Strong. I knew that this was coming, but I didn't know what it was gonna be like. So I believe this is a prequel.
Power. But yet our grasp on it is still fragile.
Oh, dude, it looks good. I mean, no shock.
To protect the Imperium.
But yeah, I love the idea of diving into a Dune prequel, learning more about the religion and the political nature and just stuff that went on Dune pre the Atreides. Dune Prophecy. Yo, this November, let's go. Oh, and they put the HBO. I think this is gonna be on HBO on Sundays. They put the HBO title card on there. Oh, there's the music. I'm getting like the goose rock style. Got the goosebumps going as soon as you hear that music, man. I love that. I was listening to the news.
We interrupt election coverage now for some breaking news. We are getting unconfirmed reports about a series of explosions along the city's seawall.
And we are live watching the Batman vigilante
Wild.
atop Gotham Square Garden, helping to save the lives of hundreds of innocent.
That's so cool.
Explosions took out the city's seawall.
We will rebuild, but not just our city. Together, we will learn to believe in God.
And so the Bat on the news.
Known as the Riddler blew up Gotham's
There he is.
seawall, and as the death
man,
toll
look at
climbs,
this.
Gotham residents are demanding answers from
Damn.
authorities.
While the wealthier suburbs have been spared, it's Gotham's poorest neighborhoods that have been hit the hardest.
You're just setting up Gotham to be the Gotham we know. Penguin just looking down. Scoop it all up, man.
The murder of longtime mob boss Carmine Falcone outside the iceberg.
That's crazy too that they had to go with Mark Strong there. Makeup work great, looks just like him.
Rumors are swirling that Carmine's son,
Just wild that you
Alberto
couldn't get him
Falcone,
back.
is set to take his father's place. Just
Not if Sophia got anything to say about it. But this does feel like what you would hear on the news. A little bit of like celebrity aspect, and there he is, man. I was like, this is about to be my city. Itches. Oh, that's a mighty big sledgehammer. Looks like a specialized sledgehammer for the Penguin. Oh, I love the scoring though. Like just hearing the vibes of Gotham. Like that's the thing. Right out of the gate with the start of this show. Oh, the Iceberg Lounge got dinged up. God, look at him. He looks so good. I love him so much. Oh, he's back. Damn, dude. Legit damage to the Iceberg Lounge. The limp, it's so good. But like I was saying, the thing I love about what Matt has built with the Batman and just this world of Gotham, everything about it is so specific. Like the minute you hear that music, you were just in that place. And even this scoring, right, as it's got its own thing, it's still got that vibe. What are we doing, Oz? What are these? HH councilmans. Oh. He's got a little something on everybody in Gotham. Yeah, that's what he's looking for. A little bribery action.
I see you've made yourself at home.
Oh, little Falcone.
Alberto, you're here. Good. Saves me a trip.
What the fuck are you talking about?
These jewels belong to you. Your dad made that clear. And some of the guys, well, you know, the goddamn scavengers.
Good play, Oz.
As a show of support for your new position. Congratulations.
Smart guy, that Oz.
Carmine. He was a great man. You got some big shoes to fill. Not too big. I mean, you know, manageable shows.
You think I'm an idiot?
Dude, I freaking love Colin so much.
Your father's been dead a week.
Hey, Hal, you alright? Keep his stash in the loft if you want to hit.
Got everything you need right now.
Everyone's looking at me now. I got this deal going. I gotta keep my head on straight.
Yeah, you're right, boss. I got no idea the pressure you're under. But you're Alberto friggin' Falcone, the new kingpin of Gotham. We should celebrate that. Listen, staying off the drops, good on you. But booze don't count.
You just like Oz has got to play for every scenario.
This new deal you got going. Maybe I can help.
You know what I like most about you, Oz? You are who you are. Couldn't change if you tried.
Ain't that what makes me fun?
Oh, back on the drops.
This shit's good.
Good.
But after a while, you get curious.
Urging it along.
There's gotta be something else out there. A new kind of high.
So you're gonna what? Alter the formula?
Not just adding ketchup to fries, man. I'm talking about revolutionizing the game. Fuck. Look at you salivating. Fine.
Greedy and young.
You got a girl?
Probably gonna blow up in Al's face.
Yeah. Just keep quiet.
Dirtbag.
Can't have Viti and those guys knowing what I got going until this new drug's up on its feet.
Thanks, boss. It's real generous.
Up always said you were a good soldier. But he also knew you were a dirty soldier who skims money off the top.
Uh-oh.
Okay, man, you were smart about it. Never took enough for Pop to mind. See, he knew what it meant for a guy like you to get a piece. How it made you feel. And that was good for...
See him trying to figure out what to do. Or how to reply.
See what I got on?
Dad's ring. Nice.
Wasn't always his. Used to be Salvatore's.
Ooh.
He wore Sal's ring as a trophy. The ultimate fuck you. This is power, right? You think I could be as good as him?
Your father? Sure, boss. If you want. There are different kinds of power. When I was a kid, I was a gangster. Real old school type. Rex Calabrese. He was a big deal. At least in my neighborhood. He helped people. If someone in your family was sick, he'd find you a doctor, short on rent, front you the cash.
Mobster the people like.
You saw you on the street, call out to you. Ask how you were. Felt like you meant it too. When I'm 14 or something, he has a heart attack and dies. Still holding a cigar. In my neighborhood, they throw a parade in his honor. Friggin' parade.
You can see the things that Oz wants to do for himself through the stories.
The show love of what he meant. Can you imagine to be remembered like that?
You want me to be like some small-time asshole?
That ain't what
For what?
That is not what he's talking about.
For you to take what's mine?
Oh, Sophia need to get in here because this kid's gonna ruin everything. But at the same time, Al saw what we saw. Right? What Oz wants for himself.
Holy shit, it is. This is your dream. It's so pathetic. You really think people would make a float of your dumb face and march it down the street chanting your goddamn name?
Nice reference to Batman Returns.
Remember him?
And, I mean,
what
the
a
comics.
guy.
We've seen Oz.
What a little bitch.
Oh, shit! Oh, Oz! He's playing his cards. Al let him know his cards didn't mean anything. Al don't mean nothing to Oz. It's a great power play move. And in the moment, like, just, I like that. I like that. Now he's gonna regret it. What did I do? Fuck. Dude, what a great open. He's got a garbage bag on over his suit. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, Oz. But that whole bit, I loved, like, one, just seeing how he can adapt and change on the fly, right? Like, he clearly was taking those jewels for himself, was getting the inside secrets on, you know, different government and political figures in Gotham. Al shows up, hey, you know, I'm not here for you or for your stuff. Like, your dad wanted to make sure you got these jewels, right? Put yourself in a place where you're always in an advantageous spot. I think that's something that you're going to see him do more frequently. But then, like, having listened to him talk, much like Al said, like, you're talking about what you want, you know, and how you see gangsters.
Hey!
Oh, snap!
Okay, I'm done. Please.
Don't you try and run!
I'm sorry.
Let him go.
Don't move, you twat-faced little prick! Try to steal my shit! Hey! Shut the fuck up! You wanna shout again? You wanna fucking shout again?
I heard a spoiler about this kid.
Please.
I love how you can just flip.
Please.
Jesus.
Don't.
Take a breath. What do we got here?
Got them high.
Victor Aguilar. I'm keeping your ID. Walk. That way.
Yeah, so I spoiler, but something I heard is that Vic is gonna be like his sidekick, like his number 2, his Robin, which makes how he just caught him so much more amazing, because in the comics
We're in this together now, which means I own you.
got him.
You're gonna do everything I say, or else I'll murder you and anyone you care about.
But
I feel better. You feel better? Good.
Yeah.
Now you wanted my car so badly.
drive.
Drive.
But yeah, in the comics, Jason Todd steals the wheels off of the Batmobile, and that's how Bruce brings him under his wing and recruits him to be the Robin after Dick. So the idea of doing that with a character for the Penguin, I think, is such a cool idea, especially when Reeves knows he's never getting to Jason Todd in this Gotham verse, right? We're gonna get Jason Todd in the Bat Family in James Gunn's Batman verse. So to have a nod like that, to give him a character that you're not going, or the type of character you're not gonna play with in the show or in this world, I think that's a really cool nod. And another thing about Matt Reeves that I love, because he knows his comics. So that's a great concept, though, and a fun way to bring someone like Vic into.
Nah, you piece of shit.
Should I?
He's so jumpy. But yeah, just seeing how Penguin sets himself up to make plays, but can snap.
Little air freshener. Aqua paradise.
What?
You smell it? It's nice, huh?
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. The old tenement of 6. I'm from the east side, too, and not Crown Point. Further out from the port. You ever been in that corner, Mark? Next to the Aquinomatic.
Buddies?
It's almost like he's got a stutter without a stutter.
They still sell those slush puppies?
I think so.
Me and my brothers, we used to go there every day in the summer. Mix the flavors for a suicide. You ever mix the flavors? Oh, you missed out.
Gotta mix the flavors.
But I'd like to. You know, like.
There you go,
in
Vic.
the
Find your
future.
footing.
Take a left here.
Be smart, Vic. I love even transitioning to TV. Like, the feel still feels like the Gotham Reeves built in the Batman so far.
Well, what about the body? Is that safe on the street?
Why, your friends want to steal it? Do me a favor, kid. Shut your goddamn mouth. Looking good. Ladies. Good to see you.
He said Oz making, like, people know who you are on the street in his neighborhood. And again, the reference to a float, just so genius. Careful, Vic. I do want to hear how they say his leg got messed up.
Oz. Baby. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Who's your friend?
Ain't trying to get in your business, but I need an alibi. Ideally for the whole night.
Sounds like we had fun.
Can you help me out?
Anytime after 10, but not before.
Alright, that'll work.
I just like seeing how Oz works. And like, you can see the things that he already has done can be advantageous for him as he grows, right? Like,
Stupid knife.
oh, he left the ring on Al's finger. He didn't take it.
Ask for extra pickles and they give me 2. What, a normal amount of pickles is 1? Makes no goddamn sense.
You want one of mine?
Do I want one of your pickles? That your dirty little mouth touch? No, kid. I don't. Jesus.
I think I'm gonna like this relationship a lot.
Imagine if you and your buddies came here instead of trying to steal from me. Could have saved you a lot of trouble.
All the rims.
What was your plan anyway? Sell them to a scrapyard for some extra dough? You got $1 in your wallet, kid. Can you afford to think that small?
Huh.
No goddamn ambition. Stuff out the firewood. Losing time.
I thought we gave him the umbrella right out the gate, which was great. Better see him with the cigar at some point. Pretty sure we've seen that in the previews.
All right, good here.
He gonna put him in a car that's gonna be just Sky. Like, you could see how he's like a small-time soldier, but can become the kingpin of New York, or not New York, Gotham.
You know what? Just do it.
Oh, he's gonna take the ring. It's like, you left the ring on there. How's he gonna use that to his advantage?
Hold up there, Chief. It's a nice sunrise behind you. You should take a look. Go on.
Oh, is he gonna kill him? Or
Please don't do this, no. Hey, who are you? No.
he's not going to.
Hey, whoa. Hey, stop!
Here's your ID. Or cigar.
Do I have one of these?
Huh. There's the cigar. I can just get all our check marks out the way.
His name's Alberto Falcone. He's the new king. Well, was the new kingpin of the Falcone mob. Yeah. So listen, the smart play here is to kill you and stuff you in the trunk with Stinky over there and be done with the bogies.
No, it doesn't. We don't have to take that.
It's a goddamn fact, Vic. It just is.
No. Wait, hold on.
Oh, finding his balls.
I can help you. You know,
I like this kid.
with whatever you need, I can help you.
Yeah, how do I need you?
I got ambition, and I'm not a waste, okay? I'm not. I can help you with whatever it is, whatever you need, whatever it is. All right? Jesus, I need a chance.
I really like this. But again, constantly putting Oz in spots where he's got to adapt and think, I think is so cool.
Well, maybe it'll be useful keeping you around. For now, see if you've got what you say. But if you step out of line just once, I swear to God, I'll gut you like a fucking fish. Do you understand?
Yeah, yes.
Good.
I love this.
Shut the fuck up. Wanna watch the sunrise?
Literally all he wanted to do was watch the sunrise. But I dig that because by doing what he does, Oz puts Vic in a scenario to show him if he's got the cojones. And if he does, he's going to bring him under his wing. And if he just would have simply turned around, not gave him any kind of pushback, showed him any kind of gumption, Bangle probably kills him. But like everything he does puts himself in an advantageous position outside of killing Al. I think killing Al, not so much.
I gotta be in work soon. Because, you know, it's any other day.
But you'll see how he'll reposition himself, I'm sure.
Use the sink to clean up. Touch anything, I'll know.
Steal bedroom tours. Oz and the boys? Oh, how bad is the foot? Oh. I was not ready for that. Oh, what happened? Like, you couldn't get that fixed, Oz. This looks like somebody mangled his foot. Holding on to that for a rainy day. Drops. Don't forget.
Look at this. What that fucking madman did.
You got no super villains in Gotham yet. You know, I like it. Suit. Drops. Got the drops.
Bring a pen and one of them envelopes. Get this. Councilman Haiti. He's a big fan of El Real. Likes to count himself as one of the good ones. He got into some serious debt in combat. We all got our advice.
Be pals.
I'm sure he knows it's from me.
Go lay down.
Come on, kid.
Stop.
How we looking?
We've recovered about 30% of the product. There's a risk of contamination. Most of the drops were fished out of sea.
Ugh.
That ain't gonna stop drop heads from buying it.
No.
So let's give the people what they want.
All right.
Interesting. I wonder if contamination will play into anything that goes on this season.
Mikey, what the hell happened?
Oh.
I got jumped by the Odessa mob, maybe a Burnley town. I don't know. It happened fast, but they got the whole fucking stash.
Oh, Penguin got pissed.
Got every asshole in the street testing fences.
I know. It's fucking crazy.
What?
It's the family. They want to talk to you.
Oh.
Get him out of here. Get him in the back.
You got it. Let's go. Let's get the man up.
Let's go, buddy.
Family.
Yeah.
Gotta be Sophia, right?
What does that mean exactly to be called in?
Could mean anything.
Do you think that they know?
Jesus, kid. I hold a fucking crystal ball. It's all a song and dance. I mean, 9 times out of 10, these top tier guys want to meet face to face to feel big. So I make myself small. They feel better about themselves, and I get to go back to work.
Just wants to work. Bristol Township. Oh, out to the burbs! Going where all them rich folk live in Gotham. Vic getting exposed to it. Like, he getting a taste of everything right now.
Listen, if I don't come out, I'll be fine. I'm messing with you, kid. I just sit tight. You know, maybe look for your sense of humor. It's got to be here somewhere.
I do love how personable Oz is, right? Like, when you look like Oz, how do you get into the positions that you get into? Acting the way that he acts. Making himself small around the big folks. Just wanting to be the guy who's working. But I think Sophia's gonna see that ambition.
A lot of pomp and circumstance me coming out here like this. Not that I'm complaining. So, you got something to celebrate or what?
We've decided to shut down the plant. We're gonna move all operations to Robinson.
What?
What are you talking about?
This is our operation. It's our guys. You work for the family. Have you forgotten that?
If we don't protect what's ours, we just look weak.
This isn't your call.
You're handing the Maronis or someone fucking worse the keys to fucking kingdom.
The
Don't
last
you get
thing
that,
we need is
Johnny?
a goddamn gang war. Now, Milos, yes, here is a courtesy. I am not. You will do as you're told.
That blackmail gonna
You're free to leave.
come up big, I think, for Oz.
What if I could fix it? Maybe we don't see eye to eye on every little thing. Maybe you don't like me. It's fine. I'm an acquired taste. But I make you money. And I got wind of a shipment coming in. I don't want to tout it too much, but it's big. In fact, it's got the potential to revolutionize the drug business. I can't reveal the details yet. No, but it's brand new.
There's Sophia.
And all you guys got to do is sit back and reap the rewards. I'll oversee the whole thing. You know, use some of the crew. I'll run it out of the plant.
Again, putting himself in an advantageous position.
Was that a yes or?
Sophia, please, join us.
Let's go,
Oh, I didn't mean to
Kristen.
interrupt.
Love her. She's already got that presence, man. Like, she don't need to be big.
Sophia, I thought you was still at,
Arkham?
Yeah.
No,
Ooh, they put her in Arkham.
I've been rehabilitated.
Love that tie-in.
Have you asked him about my brother? Have you heard from Alberto?
Al?
He went out last night. He refused his bodyguards and he never came home.
I better get out of your hair so we can talk about this again.
Shut it down. You have 48 hours.
You know, whatever helps the family.
48 hours. Can't wait to see how that relationship cultivates and builds. Oh, here we go.
Oz, you never gave me an answer.
Oh, yeah, right. No. I mean, he's the boss now, so busy man. But I'm sure he's fine.
They said the same thing.
Milos and Johnny? Well, they'd know.
The way she's reading him.
This is yours?
Yeah.
Purple. Very subtle.
Well, technically it's plum. Leather seats come standard, too, so...
You've really moved up in the world, haven't you?
Oh, what's this?
What happened here?
Punk kids tried to steal my rims a few days back. I missed, but they got the message.
We're long overdue for a catch-up, you and me. Let's get a bite to eat.
Right now?
Right now.
Wow.
I know a place.
I think Sophia can see what Oz is, or who she see. I think she can see who Oz is. This crazy angle they're playing with her, though.
Another dirty martini, 3 olives. You ready for another one? You can make that too, actually.
I like her, how she's carrying herself.
He paid us to keep our elbows off the table.
Well, who's stopping you now, huh? There you go.
You think they're wondering if it's really me? Well, I would. What, if a psycho killer is just roaming around free? Having a salad?
Psycho killer,
What did the
yes.
set call me? Hangman? The gods insisted that I read every article, that I see all the stories. If only I'd been a dutiful daughter.
Diaz isn't even halfway done with the first drink.
Nervous?
I'd hate for you to feel nervous with me. Because despite what you might think, I don't blame you. You know, if you hadn't gone to my father, he left you no choice.
Yeah, sure, but I could have done
Let's
something.
not do that. Daddy is dead, and we are...
Not.
untamed.
Ooh, untamed.
Alberto told me he was going to your club last night to get to my father's loft.
She's good.
I insisted I go with him, but he's been so protective of me, he didn't want me leaving the house. It was all part of this plan he cooked up. It was our shared secret. But then today, I hear you talking about revolutionizing the drug business.
Oh, I love this.
How do you know about his plan? Why on earth would you pitch it as your own?
Oh, it's
You
genius.
know, it's so brazen. You either have to be blindingly stupid or wildly confident that he isn't coming back to reclaim it. So I'm going to ask you.
One more time.
Know where my brother is?
Come clean, Oz. She'll work with you.
I'm an asshole, but you're the surprise here.
Excuse me?
Al never told me he was back, or that you ran on this thing with us.
Ooh.
But you're right. Alberto trusted me. My stupid mouth. You know, I screwed up. Maybe you could put in a good word.
He's so smart.
I don't want to put that on you. He was so passionate about his plan. I thought there's no reason not to move forward. Just because he's on another bender. I mean, the shipment arrives in a few days, right?
What do you mean a bender?
Al's an addict, sweetheart. He's got a penchant for drops. On booze, gambling, and I'm pretty sure he's got a sex thing too. So yeah, this ain't the first time he's gone AWOL. He always comes back.
This chess match?
I wouldn't know. I was actually drowning my sorrows with my lady friend last night, Eve.
A little twitch.
When we scour the joint, I doubt anything will turn up, but it's worth a shot. Whatever puts your mind at ease.
It's like she knows everything.
No, Oz, you're right. I'm probably just being crazy.
It's like the whole convo. You're just like, what's their next
Stay and
move
enjoy the meal.
gonna be?
I know I could use a good one.
You'll turn up, Sophia. I'm sure of it. The next one.
You know, Oz, people underestimate you, but not me.
Dude, I freaking love this. Also, those like that, how them strings can shift that tone, man. But that was just brilliant execution, writing. Like just watching the two of them move the chess pieces.
We in trouble?
But yeah, it's that combo of like Penguin lives in the grime, you know?
Scan the code. See Gotham's true face. Scan the code. Fuck out of here.
Is that a Riddler supporter? I think that was a Riddler supporter. I'm also gonna go back and scan that code. Bet you that's scannable.
This is yours? Get in.
Interesting. I must say, the comedic laugh moments in the show have been fantastic. Just like nice little tonal surprise shifts. Working 9 to 5.
I ain't never taken anyone here before. You say a word to anybody?
Yeah, you got me like a fish.
Yeah, till you bleed out and die.
It's a little additional.
Mind your friggin' manners, too.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here?
His mom?
You look handsome.
Just something. Come here. Tell you
He's got 2 brothers, and then it's just him. So what happened to the brothers?
Open your eyes.
Oswald, it's too much. No.
Perfect.
Love seeing Oz with his mom, though.
Was I expecting you? It's not Sunday, is it?
No, it's...
I didn't get...
No, it's a special occasion. We're gonna leave town for a while. Yeah, take a little vacation.
No, I hate flying.
Yeah, we're gonna drive.
We're gonna drive. Who's gonna drive? You gonna drive?
Vic's gonna drive.
This isn't the tub. Your pills are ruined.
No, I take them every morning with breakfast.
The tub is full.
The boys were playing in the bed. They didn't want to get out.
What? Oh, no.
How about this? Take your meds right now, huh?
Oh, man. She's got dementia.
I took them.
Or early onset.
Pills are by the sea. Oswald! Someone's here. Get out of my house. Who the hell is this? Who the hell are you? What?
Shit,
What?
Ma, sorry, this is Vic.
Get out.
He's gonna help take care of you. It's in case I need to handle some things while we're gone.
What is he, nice?
Yeah, kinda.
No, not.
Well, he's got noise. Take these 2 pills, then we gotta go, okay?
Where is he taking her?
You tell me first what I did to lose your respect.
What are you talking about?
You come in here, you trying to buy me off with a necklace? Some bullshit about an urgent special occasion.
Ma.
Did I raise my sons to lie to me?
No.
So, then, what did you do? What?
I shot Alberto Falcone.
I didn't think he was gonna say it.
Safe for you here. You understand? Sofia Falcone's at her house and she knows. Or if she don't, she will.
Why'd you shoot him? Why?
Jesus, Ma, I ain't doing this with you right now, okay? Fucking laugh, man.
I like it when people laugh at me.
Please.
He laughed at you?
It was impulsive, it was stupid. Is that what you want to hear? Gee, I'm trying to take care of you.
Stop.
I can't risk it. I can't risk you. I'm all you got. If something happened to me...
Stop talking. Do you hear the words coming out of your mouth?
Yeah.
How weak they sound?
Ooh.
Like a little pussy boy? Look at me. Is that what you are, Oswald? Weak little pussy boy? That's right. Because you're mine. You're my big, strong, bullet boy. You never forget that.
I like Oz's mom. I also love how this episode is giving us so much background about who Oz, like what makes Oz Oz.
Don't you see, dear? What you did wasn't impulsive. It was instinctual. You shot that junkie pissant because you wanted to. Just like that. Oh, you're so close now. Having everything you ever wanted, everything you deserve. You want to run? You want to hide? No.
Moms.
The city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you going to do to get it?
I love how they teed her up to be like early onset dementia, like something going on with her mental. She's got all this medication, and then she flips into the lucidity, and you understand exactly why Oz is who Oz is. Like, that's... Bro, Matty Reeves. This man is doing the Lord's work for Batman fans, let me tell you. Jimmy Gunn better make sure he understands how important this Gotham-verse and Matt Reeves are to Warner and DC.
God damn it.
Who's me?
Don't matter, kid. That's the thing. She's just a scapegoat.
Put the blame on me, boy. Put the blame on me.
Is Oz gonna take responsibility or put the blame on himself? That's interested to see what that song triggered in the brain.
So don't say you're good unless you are.
I don't know, Oz. I don't know if I'm I've never done anything like this.
Listen, Vic, the tenement where you live, no, it's gone. Nothing on 6 was left standing.
Damn.
I don't know if you have family or people in there, but you made it. You're standing right here. I've been where you are. You have my man. I mean, this is one of those moments, you know, where you gotta ask yourself, what kind of life do I want? You wanna spend your days thinking small, stealing rims, barely getting by, or do you want more for yourself? You saw how the Falcones live. Can you imagine living like that? In a mansion, maze, and they don't even know what they got because they always had it. Never hungry, born full. Not us. The world wasn't built for guys like us. That's why we gotta take whatever we decide is ours. Because no one's gonna give it to us.
Positioning.
Not without a fight. I could have killed you. Could have put you out of your misery. So you need a guy like me, Vic.
I need a guy like you.
But I gotta know. No bullshit. Count on you to pull through.
I really dig this relationship.
I can do it.
Huh?
I can do it.
I like this kid. The kid who's playing Victor. How he, same thing, can kind of shift into.
Hire any schmuck off the street? No. Alright, go ahead. Get out of here. Keep your phone on.
Dude, I'm like, what we're like, this is a brilliant first episode. We're getting so much background knowledge on Oz and why he is who he is and how he ticks, how he can function, shifting and moving in real time. And oh, is he about to go see Salvatore? I think he's going to see Sal. Who? Clancy Brown. Brilliant casting for Salvatore Maroni. Loves some.
It's not my table.
Ooh. That's why Clancy Brown is a great hire. Just the presence. It's not my table. Ugh, that voice. And he's voiced a bunch of things over the years for Batman.
I'm done with the Falcones. I want to offer my services to you and your family.
Well, that surprises me, Oz. Because I thought you liked eating that falcon.
Well, you want to throw stones? Fine. But from what I said and what you said, I don't think you're in a position not to help me out. The way I see it, the Falcone higher-ups are a bunch of old men who don't remember what it's like to get their hands dirty. But that's what they hire guys like me for. Which means I got direct access, a ground game. The drops, the dealers, the chemists, the whole thing. Next couple of days, the Falcones are gonna do something real stupid. They're gonna shut down the biggest drops operation they got. I'm talking millions of dollars worth to move to some bumfuck part of Gotham. Which means a huge chunk of the business will be right.
Edge's bet.
I can give you everything you need, so your crew can just swoop in and steal the whole fucking kit. I play victim.
Put the blame on me.
You make it sound so simple. But it's my guys doing all the heavy lifting.
And revenge don't come easy. Come on, Sal. Don't you fucking miss it. Respect. I mean, that's really what Carmine stole from you, ain't it? He was a dirty rat. Made us both for fools. Ain't no changing that. He's dead. And I'm here now. And I'm offering you the opportunity of a lifetime. And this first hit, it's just the beginning. I know a lot more than people think. I'll keep playing double agent. You and me. We can tear down the fucking empire from the inside out.
Oz.
What is it you're really after, Oz?
Just told you what I'm after. What do you mean?
I know who you are. I know what you are. And I work with people whose loyalty is for sale. Think I forgot all the times you schmoozed me and my boys? Just forgot that? Huge drug bust goes down right under your nose, and you got nothing to do with it? Get the fuck out of here.
Respect.
Look, I can see you're
Are you gonna reposition?
Whoever controls drops controls the streets. You know that's right. So how about this? I'll come back in a couple of days.
I never want to see your smug face again.
We'll see if we can work something out.
Fuck off.
Think on it, Sal. Oh, almost forgot.
Oh, he's got the ring. Power play.
Where did you get this?
Carmine, who orders his own?
Like that.
The Falcones. They've been floating what they've done to you for years.
But how is it that you have it?
Maybe I'm more than what you think.
Yeah, boys. Dude, I love this. Like, the building of Penguin in this way is so awesome. And I always said, whatever you think about the Gotham television show, especially as a comic book fan, you know, to each their own. But the one thing that I thought that show did phenomenally was building out a Penguin that really worked for the world that you were in and utilizing Penguin in a way where you can give him more. It made so much sense. It was one of my favorite things in that show, and getting that with this here, even more so. Oh. Oz is in trouble. Another car chase? Dude, they're giving us everything in Ep 1. I love it. Score, too.
What up, Victor?
Vic, where are you, kid? Where are they? Yo, get into the crowd of umbrellas. Yep, get into the crowd of umbrellas and get lost in there.
Let's go.
Just left the car door open.
Go,
There's
let's go.
That noise is like, it's just Gotham humming. Is he in the trunk? He put himself in the trunk of his own car. Oh my gosh, Oz, you genius. That's why he left the door open. The cleverness of, oh shit!
Fuck out! Come here!
Oh god. Oh! Oh! These music drops are freaking. Oh shit! Well, guess Oz doesn't have to worry about killing that dude. He just got taken out by a school bus. Oh my. Oh! Dude!
Isn't it? There's nothing left to hide behind. The guards at Arkham stripped us bare every morning.
Oh my
It's humiliating. Being turned into a thing.
Oh, damn.
What's it matter? There's nothing left anyway. But my brother visited me every week. And every week he said that there was something left. And that he was gonna help me fight.
Oh shit. I was thinking this was gonna be like a Sophia taking over.
If I am more than a thing to play with. You were right though. About the club and the loft. That was all clear. But outside, the downside of driving a plum car. It's very hard to forget.
Yeah, they found people who saw it.
When you shoot at a bunch of kids in the street. And this one says it all happened.
Oh, they found that kid.
Alberto went missing. I don't know.
Dude, she is batshit crazy.
What do you say?
Like, you can just see it in her eyes.
Think I know this kid? I don't know this kid. I take some teenager's word over mine.
So you're saying that he's the liar?
Yes!
Not you.
Yes! Fucking yes!
Okay.
You know,
Oh!
That's what you want to have my reputation precede me? You are so good at talking your way out of things, even at the cost of someone else's life. Especially then, right?
The eyes? What? Oh. What are
But
they?
my father isn't around anymore to reward you with fancy suits and stupid cars and a club that he lets you believe is yours.
Sophia!
Oh! What the?
It's just you and me now. Okay? So I want you to think. I want you to really think. Am I crazy? Is it all in my head?
Oh!
Tell me that I'm too emotional and that I have an overactive imagination and that I shouldn't take things so
Personally, yeah. Oh, man.
But first, tell me he's
What was that? What in the world? I was gotta be thinking the same thing. Like, what is happening?
Let's stop going, please.
Is that gonna be... Is that gonna be Al? No. What is the play here? Bomb? Who... Is Al gonna be in that car? Oh, what is Oz playing with here? Oh, snap. To the finger, too. He's gonna pin this on the Maronis! This freaking guy, man! But who sent the car in there? Was it Vic? Like, was that Penguin's? Because that finger was there. Yeah, it is. It is Penguin's plan. Dude, this guy is so clever. Oh, what a play! Making us think that Vic wasn't around because we couldn't get a hold of him. Vic knew what the move was.
You did good today, kid.
Thanks.
So I gotta ask, what happened? I mean, we made a plan, you were there. Didn't we agree? The head alone would be the most poetic, and the pinky the cherry on top? But instead, the whole body's in there. Small.
Yeah, right. No, I wanted to, right? And I thought that I could, but when I got to it, and I'm thinking, do I start at the front and then hit the trachea? But then when I got to his throat, I started thinking, do I cut from the back? And then I'm imagining the spine.
This kid.
You know what? It's fine. You know, with Sal wearing that ring around Blackgate, Maroni's ain't got no choice but to take credit. That's what matters.
Sal doesn't know? I thought that the whole thing we were...
Jesus, Vic, relax. Just put the Maronis back on the map. If Sal's got a problem with that, then fuck. I don't need him. I don't need any of them.
It's true.
From here on out, there's no more playing it safe. Drops at yesterday's game. I'm gonna get whatever the hell's in that shipment. I'm gonna run this goddamn city. And I want you in on it.
Love this. Love this.
Yeah, you ain't it, for the most part. Guys like us, we gotta stick together.
He needs a number 2 to mix the flavors.
Better, right? Come on. When you mix the flavors?
Yeah,
it's not just good, it's better. It's the fucking best.
Dude, I am so about this. Oh my gosh. Like, the thing I really like, because it certainly did not exist in the Batman, is recapturing that tone and that vibe, but giving it flavor, right? Like, Craig Zobel did a great job, and Lauren LaFranc wrote. Is this all Lauren LaFranc? I thought Reeves was on the script for this. He's just executive producing. Well, Lauren LaFranc, like her and Craig Zobel, y'all hung out with Matt Reeves a lot. I really thought Matt was involved in the story and the script, but he's only got the EP tag on that. I mean, look, LaFranc and Zobel, they understand Matt Reeves. We will say that. I also love these closing credits right now. The music choice, like, that's the thing, right? Like, you get that score right out the gate. Dude, this is such a good like a credit close. Like the animation and stuff. I wasn't expecting the show to give me all this energy that I now have. I'm like ready to go run a mile. Not actually, but I could. I'm all pumped up right now. And that, I think, is the real genius of the show so far. Like, having that Giacchino score, they're giving it to us on the back, I think is really awesome. It's one of those where it's a sound, it's a thing that puts you right into Gotham. But then having the needle drops, the tonal shifts, shooting in the daytime, like, the show feels at the beginning like it is directly coming out of the Batman, right? Like, you're just stretching that stuff out into this thing. But in the course of the first episode, it becomes its own thing. It finds its own rhythm. It finds its own scoring. And like I said, the needle drops, the humor moments, this relationship between Vic and Oz, I think, is genius. Like I said, you got the Jason Todd like nod and vibes with Vic stealing the tire and getting caught and now being pulled under, you know, Penguin's wing. Like that's really freaking cool, and I really dig giving that to to Oz as a character, and then to establish all these different tones. Oh, here we go. Next week.
Say you'll do it. You mean it. Because you love me. Say it.
I'll do it.
In the weeks ahead on the Penguin.
I think you're right about me. It's true. I'm just a poor kid. Born into nothing. Dude's got something to prove.
There's the cigar.
Like you.
I've seen stuff.
I like that Vic is gonna struggle.
Hey, treat us like we don't matter.
I'm on your side.
Winning Vic over will be good.
Calling the shots.
You think you know what's best for me? You think you know what I need? My little helper? We had a deal. We look out for each other.
Just gonna have to trust, man.
Was it worth it? What you did to me?
I don't regret what I got.
Playing with our family comes at a cost.
Oh!
He was watching. He knows this game better than you.
Dude, giving us all the players.
There's a storm coming. You got fight in you, Vic.
I'm ready.
We're taking back Gotham.
Dude, let's go!
They're gonna tell stories about us one day. Our names are gonna live forever.
Yo, like, fire me up, dude. Good on you, Lauren LaFranc. Oh, we going inside the ep too?
What a little bit.
Oh, we're going inside the ep too. We're getting the whole HBO package. Inside Gotham. Oh, hell
when
yeah.
Lauren came in and she pitched what she wanted to do in the first episode, the Alberto thing was one of the first things that she pitched. Dylan and I were just like, that's it. That was a really, really brilliant stroke.
Dude,
we wanted to get into Oz's psychology.
Genuinely did
We're
not know
planting seeds that
that
there's something a little bit more disturbing there.
Reeves had someone else write the whole thing.
You understood Oz and the man he further becomes because of who he is.
Yeah.
He tells the story about Rex Calabrese. Alberto looks at that and does the one thing you should never do.
Laughs at him. Yep.
They probably do share a similarity, Alberto and Oz, in that neither of them have been taken very seriously. Alberto doesn't see what might be encroaching from any particular side, which is a great weakness when you're living in the kind of worlds that Alberto would.
Yeah, for sure.
Alberto steps on that third rail, and when he's mocked for that, that's where you see the deep rage and impulsiveness of Oz.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oz is basically recovering from what he's done to Alberto, really, for the rest of the series.
Oh, that's really interesting.
It showed Oz doing something brash that he quickly regrets. And then kind of launches him into the story that we're gonna watch in the series.
Hey!
This is so great. Like, what a stroke of genius.
Please, please, please.
It wouldn't have been that much of a thing to just kill this kid, but Oz has a disability, and he sees this disability in Vic.
I think he hears it in the stutter, and Oz, with his leg, understands that Victor maybe hasn't been given a bunch of chances in life.
Now you wanted my car so bad.
Footman.
You can drive.
Oz is a very peculiar character, and Victor is our entree into who Oz is.
Yes, absolutely.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
He really likes those air fresheners, and yet he also murdered the Falcone boss in the first 5 minutes of the show. And you can't quite put your finger on who this man is, and that's the point. That's the fun of it.
I love it. I love it so much.
In that night, which would feel like this kind of pressure cooker, there would be a turn. The seed has been planted. Maybe Vic is not dead.
His relationship with Oz evolves, and that's really more where you start to see who Victor is and how he kind of interacts with the world.
We have a relationship built on status.
I got ambition.
Teacher, student, master, mentor.
Well, maybe it'll be useful keeping you around.
That's where the relationship really starts. is give me a shot.
I love this concept so much. Because it does. It's a gateway into all things Oz. And Sophia, Kristen Milioti.
When Kristen shows up in the first episode, you feel that, wait, what?
Yep.
She's just completely upended everything. Oz is kind of barely holding all this together. It feels like he's going to get away with it. And then suddenly there's a force of nature that enters, and that is Sophia.
She is a force of nature.
Basically, over his shoulder, we wanted to make sure
Like
that she
these
had
freeze
the power
frames
there.
that
They have so much history between them, and they both know the score.
Sophia, I thought you was still at,
Arkham?
Yeah.
No. I've been rehabilitated. Like a real taut wire, just a fuse ready to explode, but has to really, like, keep a lid on it.
Sophia's presence is more dangerous than it may have been if Alberto and Oz didn't play.
Yeah.
She is a threat.
Absolutely.
She's a potential obstacle between Oz and him realizing what he wants to realize in this world.
In the comic book lore, you don't want to start with Oz as the kingpin. You want to see how he...
Yep.
Sophia also wanting and having the same ambitions. How does she become a counterpoint and a real opposition to Oz?
Are you nervous, Oz?
Nervous?
I'd hate for you to feel nervous with me.
I was nervous.
Billy is a character that gets backed into situations and does his best work in figuring out how to save himself.
The way, just seeing that on Farrell's face all the time.
I've always known you were capable of more.
By the
It's one of
time
the things
that
I love
he
most.
goes to visit his mom and is really at that point decided to run away, she talks him out of that and says, like, no, you should use this to gain power.
She's ferociously involved.
Deidre O'Connell crushed.
Her blood is very ferocious, and her blood is very fearless. When she sees any weakness in her son, she can barely stand it. It's just the two of them. So they have this strange little pact. What you did wasn't impulsive. It was instinctual.
Instinctual.
Even though he
Like
would
the way
want to
she
be
talks.
revered and respected, he just needs his mom to say she loves him.
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. It's a great spark.
You start to understand how Oz dodges and weaves and gets through things, and he barely scrapes by the end of 101, and it felt very emblematic of Oz as a character.
I can't wait. The next 7 weeks are gonna be so freaking good, dude. Like, as a comic book fan in this world of like comic book shows and movies, this is what I want. Like to be able to dive into the world in a way like this. I think this is what every comic book fan wants with their stuff. Like, is this super comic accurate? Like, yes, it's pulling from a story. I believe some of the adaptation is one of the Penguin comics. So, like, yes, there's comic book DNA in here. But I want this show to feel like something different, right? And that's what I want in my comic book adaptations in general. Like, unless you're directly adapting a specific big name comic, like if you were gonna, adapt The Dark Knight Returns, or, like something where it's like, you better do it right, yes. But if you're just gonna go into the world, it's the thing that I love about comics and media in general with this world is like, it can give you different layers, and you can be looking at a different universe, right? It's one of the things where, like, the multiverse element clearly not working. You look at, like, all the stuff that Marvel's been up to. But in the general sense, like, you can have an Elseworld story that gives you the comic book DNA, but in a slightly different way. And I think that's going to be something that allows Reeves to stay grounded and do what I've always said, right? Nolan took Batman out of the comics, put him in the real world. Reeves is taking the comics and making it real and tangible. And this is just pure genius. And I love that you can see, like, with Matt not writing the episodes, being the EP, I'm sure he worked closely with LaFranc. But it's one of these things where, as a Batman fan, you're like, okay, we've seen this work, we've seen this not work. If you want to build this into something bigger, you need someone at the helm. Matt Reeves is that guy. But, like, you can already see in just the world that he's established, like, you could spin out multiple different shows. Like, you could give me a different rogues gallery villain for a different series, and you could really build this thing out where, like, this Gothamverse lives for the next decade. But to put all that on Matt Reeves could be really tough. Like, it's all him. You know, I mean, just think about how long, like, it took to get to the Batman, how long the script for the Batman 2 has been, you know, being worked out and worked through, and I think some of that is the writer's strike, some of that is Gunn wanting to clear space for Superman. There's all these things, but at the same time, like, he can't do all of it. So to see someone like LaFranc, to see someone like Zobel come in here and work with Matt and capture it to the point where it was like, I could have sworn Matt was the writer. Like, at the bare minimum, like, he's providing the story. And here comes Lauren LaFranc pitching this Penguin idea, and she gets it. You can see where her and Reeves are on the same page. They clearly talked out something that became what we got, right? Where it feels exactly like the world that's built in the movie. Like, the beginning of the show, it literally just feels like it's a continuation from the Batman. And then LaFranc and Zobel find the right spots to give it its own vibe and its own flavor. I love the light humor, right? Like, I laughed a lot in this episode, and I love that there was humor in there to kind of break it up. I love that you're playing in the daytime and the nighttime, right? Like, the day was such an important thing in the Batman because that's where Batman ends up. He comes out of the darkness into the light. Now he's going to be a beacon for the city. Now he knows what his true mission is. It's not about vengeance. It's about saving the people of this city any way I can. So you kind of have that element built in the Batman, and then you come over to the Penguin, and we start out in the dirt and the grime and the darkness of Gotham and the fallout from the explosions. But then we can shift into the daytime, and it gives it a different feel. It doesn't quite feel like we're in the movie. But that's the other thing. There is a daytime to Gotham, and I like the fact that a lot of the stuff happening in the episode is during the daytime, because you know who's not around during the daytime very often? The Batman. So, like, that a lot of stuff's happening during the day. You don't really see the Bat during the day, you know? He's sleeping, he's doing some Bruce Wayne things, and then he's out at night as Bats. So, having a lot of the stuff happening during the daytime and happening internally, right? These aren't things or moves or positions that are impacting all of Gotham. The things that are happening are just impacting Penguin's world, the Falcones world, the Maroni's world. Now, yes, do those three worlds spill over into affecting Gotham? Absolutely. But right now, there's no case for Batman to be chasing down, right? There's nothing like, could he have gotten word of this big shipment? Sure, but it certainly doesn't seem like anybody other than Al and Sophia and then, you know, Oz know about this shipment. So it's one of these things where I think the other thing where, like, if you're going to get people who are like, oh, where's Batman? I need Batman in this story. Batman, it can't be everywhere all the time in the city. And again, we're not living in that world of, like, supervillains yet. It's just starting to birth, Riddler being the first. Even Joker. Joker's in Arkham, not for being a supervillain, for being a crazy person who committed a crime and now he's in prison, right? And it's the build-up to the idea of the supervillain. And that's the thing I love the most about this, is like giving you all of Penguin's background and his build to becoming a supervillain. Like, it's one of these things, the thing I think I dig the most, and it's like, you know, Reeves and LaFranc said, Vic is your in to all things Penguin, right? Like, bringing Vic in gives you the ability to go into Penguin's backstory and give us some beats that really, like, the conversations and the dialogue in the show is so strong. Like, the conversation he has with Al gives you so much background on Penguin, right? Telling that story about that mob boss that he grew up around. Oh, and I love that Al sees what we see, right? Like, oh, this is what you want for yourself. This is how you want to operate. And then, like, you also in there get the, like, hey, Oz can play to anybody. You see how he's adaptive and how he can pivot real quick to get himself back in an advantageous situation for him. And he's so good at doing it on the lower end where he's, you know, he's a soldier. He's not a number two. He's not the guy. And he knows how to manipulate, maneuver, right? I mean, you hear Sophia say it, like, you're so good at talking yourself out of things that, like, you'll go wherever you need to, even if it costs the life of some poor kid. And, like, just getting all these bits of him and then seeing how he's positioning himself to take over the city once his mom kind of is like, do not run away. This episode gives you a little bit of everything with Penguin. We get good background, we get good idea, like vibes and senses of who he is as a character and how he's going to function and operate inside Gotham. And it all just works really, really well. And then, like I said, you're just looking at the conversations. You go from Al to Sophia, and like one of the things that, you know, I'd heard some people out there in the comic book world be like, I don't know about Kristen Milioti. She's kind of small, and Sophia's supposed to be huge and intimidating. And I said this as soon as Kristen Milioti was cast. I got very excited because I know what this woman is capable of. And she's nailing exactly what I thought, right? Like, you can bring someone smaller like Milioti in, and she gonna play crazy in a way where you were absolutely terrified of what this woman might do. And the presence immediately, like when she shows up over Penguin's shoulder and is just standing there, and then like she's out of focus, but the way that Zobel is shooting it, it gives this feeling of, like in the credit sequence, right? When they got to like Kristen Milioti, it's her image over all of Gotham. You feel this big presence from her. And then the conversations that she has with Oz, both at dinner, right? Or even the first meeting, at dinner. Both of those give you this idea of like, this woman is scarier than what she's letting on. And like, she was rehabilitated in Arkham Asylum. You know, there's a few screws loose there. And then she comes in with the... now, I will say, my one knock, seeing the shots that Penguin was taking, no bruising, no cuts, no blood anywhere on the face. I get that, like, you're already in the makeup, but, like, Penguin should have been beat up a little bit more than he was. So he was taking some haymakers. Only knock on this episode. But you see him there talking to, and Milioti's eyes. It's all in her eyes. I was terrified of her. Like, she is a loose cannon, but an uncontrolled loose cannon, right? It's almost like what we got with Oz, right? Where Oz is in control. He has plans. He can pivot. He can adjust himself to be in the right spots. But laugh at him, insult him, cross the line that he's established that someone shouldn't cross, and he'll just snap. And what's cool is you don't see the crazy in his eyes so much in that moment. It's just a boom, boom, boom. Like, you see the rage. Sophia, when she's getting into those spots, right? When she shoots that kid, when she's free, the barbed wire under the arm, that I can feel. Oh man. But like all that stuff, yeah, she has got a rage to her that you don't really see. It seems fairly contained. It's the crazy. Like, she is clearly a mental patient. And, like, one that's as smart as she is makes her a huge threat. And I love the fact that LaFranc and Zobel get us there with her right away. Because anybody that was thinking, oh, this is Kristen Milioti, she's too small, she's not going to be scary, she's not going to be intimidating. Like, that's the whole thing with Sophia, is like, she is a brute. Like, she could go physically toe-to-toe with Batman. I don't need a brute. I need somebody who can inflict damage and scare the living crap out of you. And that's one of the things I said it the day she was cast. I was like, Milioti's got those eyes, bro, where she can make you absolutely terrified of her. And I love the fact that she picked up, like, that's the thing, like, yes, you see the crazy, but you also see the genius in her, right? Like, being in the room, hearing Oz talk about a plan that her and Al came up with, what's really going on here? And refusing to take her eyes off him, like, going and finding this kid. And the other thing that I think is just genius with the entire episode, no matter what scene you're in, the whole thing is a chess game. Every scene is a chess game. You know, Al and Oz, Oz and Vic, Oz and Sophia, Oz and Salvatore. Like, every single conversation, even his mom, like, every convo that Oz has, you are seeing chess pieces moved and getting each character into the positions that they want to be in. You know, like, you can see how Oz is manipulating, and I see it mostly with Sophia, where she was manipulating Oz right back, getting him into a place that can get him into where she wants him. And then the ultimate goal there, like, the genius of having Vic send that car in with the body in there, put, like, every move that Penguin makes, like, that's the thing I hope each one of these episodes does, is, like, you give us something for Oz to do. a goal that Oz has to accomplish, and then we see each of those chess pieces laid out, and then you're able to see the whole thing. Like, to have it come through that way to save his own ass, knowing that he was probably going to get caught, like, it's a genius move, and that's why Penguin's going to become the Kingpin of Gotham, because he's got not just the ambition, not just the street awareness, he's got the genius, he's got the street smarts, and he understands the organization and how things work, right? Like, that's where him being a soldier and being on the street level makes him a threat, because he knows the workings of everything, right? Like, his whole goal being who he's been, and was working with someone in Carmine who trusted him, who gave him responsibilities, who gave him power, who gave him gifts, right? Something Sophia calls out, right? Like, my dad liked to give you expensive things and make you feel like you were somebody. That's not going to be the case here if you killed my brother. And you have that type of access that Penguin has. He can see it, and he can see all the maneuvers to get to where you got to get, right? Oh, I'm going to give you this operation, run it, cool. Now I know the insides and outsides. I can go throw it to Sal. And it's one of those where it's like you can see the double cross, or the undercover agent type stuff, right? Like, playing both sides. And yes, it's actually all an advantage to what's going on with the Falcones, right? Like, I don't think Oz wants to jump ship, but what he does, tease it up where now you can pin this on Maroni and get the eyeballs off of him looking over here, and now you got a turf war, which is, I think, something that Penguin is going to want. A turf war will open up, I think, opportunities for him to claim more power and seize more. But also, at the same time, if the Falcones do what the Falcones are talking about doing, which is shutting down that shop and moving it to somewhere else where there's not a lot of business, Penguin now has a card to play with Maroni to keep the cash flow coming. And if you're going to be the kingpin of the city, you've got to be able to work with all the crime families and have them all fall in line. And you can see how just these little moves that Penguin is doing, mostly in self-preservation mode, are also setting him up to be a prime candidate to run the underworld of the city. And now it's, okay, what comes next? How does he work with Sophia? Where does this take him? And how can he get himself into the place where he can just claim the whole city? And it's one of those, and hearing like Zobel talk about wanting a season 2 possibly, or having that conversation with Colin, where you can see, like, you could take this show for seasons. Like, you could do the show over and over and just keep adding new wrinkles and new elements, new layers, and heck, you could bring in new villains. Like, this is a really nice breeding ground to build and set things up for the movies if you want to go that route. And I think that's one of the other things in getting into the criminal underworld. It'll be interesting to see what pieces of the Gotham lore, and if any pieces of Bruce's lore, trickle into this that could be teeing things up for the movie. I just, like I said, I think conceptually, this idea of, like, here's a movie, here's a bunch of characters, we're going to take this one small minor character, make him a major character in a show that can now build more foundation to the world you got. I love that conceptually, and I really hope that all these things that Matt Reeves is doing keep working so we can keep seeing what the next step is. For us now, the next step is episode 2, and I love that we are going to have weekly appointment television in the world of DC on a caliber level of something like an HBO original series. And I love that we get the HBO at the start. Like, that is one of those where it's like, HBO's not in Max's name anymore, so I wouldn't have expected to see the HBO, static come through. But when you see it, it like almost gives you like a comfort, like, oh, all right, HBO's involved, I feel good. And this does feel like something that would play on Sunday night, and it doesn't necessarily feel like a Batman show. Like, yes, it's Oz and it's Sophia and it's, Salvatore and these characters that we know from the comics, but this really does feel like a crime show. It feels like a mob show. And that's what I want. That's the vibe I want. That's the vibe that Reeves gave us in the movie that I want to see him continue. And seeing that come here, and seeing it come from someone like Lauren LaFranc and Craig Zobel, like, on the page, you can tell LaFranc is in lockstep with Reeves, and they very much collaborated and came out with a story that I think is going to serve that world quite well. And Zobel absolutely also understands, how these things work and what Matt's vision is to bring it to life off of the pages that LaFranc is giving him. And it's a real nice combo, because like you just watch that show and you're like, this is all Matt Reeves, and it's not. And that's the thing that's exciting, because that dude, like I said, is not going to be able to spin all the plates by himself. So being able to find people that understand his vision and see it in the same way and can bring it to life in the same way creates a cohesiveness where, like, hey, you know what? We could have 2 or 3 shows going on at one time. Matt doesn't need to do all of it. You get people that trust and understand what's going on. You can see Matt's clearly picking the right people to pick up where he left off. It just seems like a team that really understands what we want from these characters and understands building these characters out in a real tangible way. And yeah, you know, it's got its own vibe and it's got its own DNA, but it is the exact thing that I want. I just want good material. I don't need comic book nods. I don't need, you know, Batman in the background. I don't need all these things that I typically look for in a comic book movie, because we're building, I think, something special here. And something special in the world of Batman, you know, gets me super excited. So yeah, I mean, one ep in, everybody is here and everybody is playing ball in big ways. And Renzi Feliz, I haven't said his name at all, but the Vic stuff I love. And I love how timid he is, but like you can see the confidence building as he positions himself into the right spots. And that's another thing, like the dialogue just between Vic and Penguin has been an interesting chess game, and seeing how all these characters maneuver around each other and interact with each other, it was just gripping and enthralling the entire hour. And that's the big thing, is like, can you get yourself into a spot where you were gripped and completely enthralled over the course of 8 episodes of a Penguin story? And I think with episode 1, you were in the exact place that you want to be, or at least I want to be. Like, coming off the Batman and having the love that I have for that movie and that version of Gotham and that version of the Bat, this is the perfect follow-up from that and the perfect lead-in to whatever is next for Gotham and what Matt Reeves is building. But Colin Farrell, man, like, you can't say enough about how good he is and how transformative the performance is. Like, I said, he's arguably, of the main characters that we run into in the Batman, he's probably got the least amount of screen time, but he was the biggest pop because he was such a surprise. You know, we didn't know that that's what we were going to get from Colin Farrell, and now getting to see it in full and in a deeper way, like, yes, I get the suit has got to be a beast to have on for months to pull this off, but man, is it so worthwhile. Like, if this show hits and leaves us in a position where it's like, hey, Penguin's not quite the Kingpin yet, we got more story to tell, I really hope that this thing is something that can, you know, take off in the award season, earn Colin some gold, make him come back. And even if it's not for Penguin Season 2 right away, like, I don't care where it lands as long as it continues to tell the story in a way that feels cohesive. And that certainly seems to be what's going on here. So 1 episode in, I'm loving the Penguin. And I gotta tell you, all them positive reviews that came out like 2 weeks ago, I don't think anybody was lying, man. And I do get the, you know, the Wire, the Sopranos vibe, but I also think that it's very much its own thing, and it very much has that DC Batman DNA in it, and that's all I can really ask for, man. I'm so excited about this show. I'm so excited about Colin Farrell, and I'm so excited to watch it with you guys week by week. Yes, we're going to end up, by the time I get this edited and posted, we're a little behind this week. However, volleyball is a Thursday or a Tuesday night thing, and the show's moving to Sundays, so hopefully we'll be a little bit better getting these up in a timely manner as we move forward. But I'm very excited for the Penguin. Episode 1 is in the books. I really, really dug what we got with episode 1, After Hours. It tees up the show in a spot where I think I'm in, I'm committed, I'm intrigued, I'm excited. You gave me all the things I wanted, but then you gave me a bunch of stuff that I didn't, right? Like, even just, like I said, being in the daytime, some of the needle drops in there, the humor. And the other thing, too, that this show did really, really well is the oh shit moment. The amount of time things happened that I didn't necessarily see coming. like caught me off guard a bunch of times, and that's what you want. You want surprise, you want intrigue, you want things that are gonna pull you in. This show is doing it, and I know like specifically in the television realm of superhero content, hadn't been great to talk about lately. And not necessarily that like I haven't enjoyed some of these shows, but in general, like the conversations that happen around these are so divided and so conflicting, and this just feels like something that is special. And I've been waiting for something special in the comic book TV realm for a while when it comes to DC and Marvel. We get it all the time, I think, in other areas like The Boys or something like Invincible. So to see it coming from one of the two big dogs and being as good as advertised and as good as hyped up, one I've been very, very excited. Cannot wait for episode 2, but I'm going to shut up. I'll flip it over to you. What are you thinking? What were your thoughts on episode 1 of The Penguin After Hours? Do you like this vision of Gotham? This vision for Gotham? Do you like this version of Gotham? This version of Oz? Do you think that LaFranc understands what we're looking for with this character and what this character means, both coming from the comics but also coming from Matt Reeves' vision? Do you think that execution is there? Do you like the tone? There's a lot of shifting tones in there, but there's also a lot of shifting perspectives and maneuvers coming from the characters. Do you like the chess games that are going on? What do you think of Colin Farrell? What do you think of somebody like Renzi Feliz, who I think absolutely steals the show at times? Like I said, that timid nature that he has to his voice, but then how he stutters without stuttering, but then also can find the confidence. And the idea of using like a Jason Todd nod, a Robin nod for a number 2 to Penguin is kind of cool. Does that work for you? Anything that you guys got? How crazy is Kristen Milioti? Are you excited about her for Sophia? Yeah, I'm just looking at the list. I'm like, oh yeah, there's people we should probably mention. But yeah, between Sophia, Oz, Victor, who are you liking the most? Who are you looking forward to? What do you think is working? What's not? Good, bad, indifferent. On episode 1 of The Penguin After Hours. Put it down below in the comment section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with C-Man anytime, we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here for our week-by-week watches with The Penguin. I am behind on Agatha all along, but I'm going to try to get myself caught up in, over the course of like the next 5 days or so. So you want to be here for that stuff. We're going to try to keep those in tandem once I kind of get myself into the right spot. You just dig the vibe. You want to show a little love and support the old C-Man. Hey, come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time for the C-Man Cinema. Sit down. I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, C-Maniac Nation? Winter Ken here, where we grow out our roots and our beard, letting you know that you can see some new C-Man videos right up here and right down here. And if you want all those videos and show that man a little love and support, come join C-Maniac Nation right over there, and the C-Man will catch you on the next one.